Hello students, welcome to Learner's Planet. Today, let us adapt with the class of biology. And the topic that we are going to start today is microorganisms. Now, we have to see that where these organisms are actually found. So, they can found in air, in water and in the soil. Now, you just imagine this thing. If we are saying the microorganisms are found in air, water and soil, then what is left now? Which is the place where the microorganisms are not present? In short, microorganisms are found everywhere, and such property in which the organisms are found everywhere, that is known as ubiquitous. The spelling is right here, that is ubiquitous. What we mean by the ubiquitous? Ubiquitous means occurrence or existence of organism everywhere in our surrounding. So such property is very important and specific for the microorganism. Air, it is almost our atmosphere, that is our surrounding, the air which we are breathing inside, and is a very important part of the biosphere. Next is water. Water, definitely we are using for different purposes: drinking, washing, bathing and so on. So many uses of this water is there. Besides our personal thing, it is used in different functions also. In industries, at any level we can imagine the use of water. Then soil, that is the mud, the soil particles which are helping for the growth of the plants. And so many uses are there. Besides, in these things, the non-living objects are also present. So these microbes, besides these particular sources, it can settle down over such surfaces also. Whatever is present in our surrounding, that may have the microorganism. That is what we want to conclude over this. Now, if they are present all over, then it means they should have direct interaction with us. If it is air, definitely we are directly using the air. Indirectly also we are using the air, and as not only air, the water and soil too. So now you imagine the next question that should come in your mind is that if they are present everywhere, over the surface, in the places which are in our direct contact, then how actually they are related to our life? Are they related? Are they affecting our life? Yes or no? So the answer is definitely yes. They are directly affecting our life. Directly or indirectly. They have interaction with the biological system too. Not only the human beings, but with the other living agents also. Now, if they are affecting our life, then what type of effect is it? Whether it is a harmful thing, harmful effect, or it is providing us some advantage. So, depending on the type of microorganism, they can be useful or they can be harmful. Further, if we are going to make use of the properties, we can use them at commercial level also, for different purposes also. Not only this much, these organisms, they can be present in our body also. For example, E. coli or bacteria, many bacteria are found in our intestine. Now, the thing is, we are saying whether it is useful or it is harmful. We have justified that these can be harmful, these can be beneficial. And when they are present in our body at a normal limit, I'm talking about the organisms which are normally found in our body. If they are present in a normal limit, they are not causing any harm. But if the limit is crossing the normal, then definitely it can cause certain harm. Now further, these microorganisms are used for various purposes. In our daily life we can see the example, at a commercial level also we can see the example. So from domestic to commercial, both up to that life, these are having beneficial role. For example, curd. What is this curd actually? It is a milk product, and you must have seen your mothers making it at home itself. So this curd is first of all a very important thing that your mother is especially telling you to involve it in a regular diet. Doctors are always suggesting to take it as a regular diet because it is a rich source of proteins as well as the calcium. So one should consume it. And definitely most of the children, they oppose their mother as well as the doctor by refusing to take some healthy diet. But dear students, these products are very important for your routine growth, and so you must consume it. The reason is, I have already said, it is a rich source of protein, and protein is something which helps in the growth of the organism. It is a raw material for building up the new cells and for different kind of functions of the body also. So now we are studying here the microorganisms topic. Let us come back to that only. So how this microorganism is related to curd? Have you ever seen how your mother forms this curd? She takes a small inoculum, a small quantity of curd, and then mixes it with lukewarm milk, and then just mix it properly and place it at the normal room temperature. And this we can say she is incubating it at particular temperature. Now what happens here is, the curd sample, it is having a bacteria known as lactobacillus. So that lactobacillus actually precipitates the content of the milk. How? It is because milk is containing the sugar, which is lactose. You must have heard this name, milk sugar, that is lactose. So bacteria start using this lactose sugar and converts it into an acid. Which acid? Lactic acid. So as it is getting acidified, it is getting precipitated. The milk converts into the solid form or semi-solid form. This is how the lactobacillus is converting the liquid milk into the semi-solid kind of curd. But still it is rich in terms of casein protein, which is known as casein, as well as the calcium and other parts too. So you can see how these microorganisms are useful at domestic level. Now if we move towards the commercial side, then these can be used for making various food products like bread, cake, pastries, etc. Besides that, these are also used for preparing alcohol or the wine. Alcohol in distilleries, it is produced and is utilized by many people as a liquor. Directly also they can consume it, but definitely it is not a suggestible thing. It is prohibited and you should not consume it until unless it is advised by the doctor. If you have certain problem, definitely you can use it, but that should be in the limit, as it is directly affecting our nervous system. So if it is in the limit prescribed by the doctor, then there is no problem, else it should be prohibited. Besides that, this type of alcohol is also utilized in the medicinal industries for making different type of syrups or the medicines and so on. Not only this, it can be utilized for making vinegar, which we are using at home also for preservation purposes and for different purposes too. So there are many ways in which microorganisms can be useful at domestic level as well as at the commercial level. Definitely we are going to study all this in details in the next sessions or the further more sessions. Next we can see these organisms can also be used for the cleaning purposes, cleaning of environment. How? It is by converting the waste into the organic manure. Now you know what is waste and you know what is manure. Let us just brief it up here. So whatever waste is coming from the kitchen or organic type of waste is actually mixed up with certain type of bacteria and the other living microorganisms. These microorganisms, they consume the complex material from this waste and convert it into the simple organic compound. These simple organic compounds, such type of mixture is now known as manure, and it could also be known as the compost. Here is the picture which is showing such manure. So these manure are rich in the simple absorbable type of nutrients now, and when these are actually used up, they are supplied in the fields, in the farms, then definitely they become a rich source of nutrients for the growth of the plant. So by this, the two purposes are solved here. Number one, the foul smell or the hazards of waste present in our surrounding is removed, and secondly, the manure has been produced by which such waste material could be reutilized by the plants for their growth. So this is how these microorganisms can become a boon for the agriculture. Besides this, these microorganisms can also increase the soil fertility. The first thing is, what do you mean by the soil fertility? Fertility, it means a capacity of the soil to provide the nutrients to the plants. Fertility means how much soil is enriched with the utilizable form of nutrients in it. If it is rich in nutrients, it should be called as fertile. So microorganism can help in increasing this fertility. How? By converting certain chemicals into the absorbable form. For example, it is by fixing nitrogen. Where this nitrogen is present? Number one, it is present in our atmosphere in the form of gas. It is elemental form, that is N2, and this N2 is having the content or the ratio or the percent around 78 of the total air is nitrogen. Now this elemental nitrogen is present so abundantly in our surrounding, but it cannot be used up by the plants directly. Now what should be done? We cannot do anything. That is naturally created by the God. How? It is by its creature, that is Nitrobacter and Nitrosomonas. Not only this many, there are many bacteria which are actually helping in this particular function. How? It is by converting this elemental form of nitrogen into nitrites and nitrates. These are found in the soil, the bacteria. They are present in the soil. Nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. So they will absorb, they will utilize this particular atmospheric nitrogen, and then it will convert it into the nitrites and the nitrates. Now these nitrate and nitrate can be absorbed by the plant from the soil, and then definitely this can support the growth of the plant, because this nitrogen is an important part of proteins, of vitamins, of other biochemicals found in the cell. There are many ways to fix this particular nitrogen. For example, as we have quoted here, by the soil microorganisms, Nitrobacter and Nitrosomonas. Besides, like rhizobium, it's a bacteria which is present in the root nodules of the leguminous plant. They can also fix the atmospheric nitrogen by converting it into the nitrite and nitrate. This conversion, it may occur in several steps, or it depends on the metabolic process of the organism. And all this we are going to definitely study in detail in the other sessions. Now further, these microorganisms can be harmful. How? They can be harmful because there are two ways by which these can be harmful. Number one is by causing the diseases. These microorganisms, they can cause disease. Now when there is a disease, the normal function of living organism is obstructed. The person or the individual is not able to perform the normal functions. So these microorganisms are actually inhibiting such type of normal functions. The diseases, they can be caused in human beings, in animals, or in the case of plants. Although the causing agent in each disease is different, secondly, in each kind of host, it is different. It depends on the type of organism which is actually causing the disease. So the type of disease will depend on that. And then next thing is these organisms are specific for their host. Human beings, they have their own particular bacteria or the virus or any other agent which can cause the disease. And the same cannot cause disease in the other type of animals or the living organisms. Further, these organisms can also cause harm in our lives by spoiling the food material or the other useful items in our surroundings, like our furniture, like our clothes. There are many ways by which indirect harm to us. If it is causing harm to the food material, then definitely it is going to cause our life directly. Because if this spoiled type of food is consumed, definitely it can cause problem to our normal system also. How they are going to spoil the food material? Let us say if there is a bread, and you will observe that after some time or some period of time, some growth is observed over it. That growth is actually the yeast. It is rhizopus or the mucor. So that damaged food material, if it is consumed by us, you can imagine what will happen. They can definitely cause harm to our body also, in terms of causing vomiting, in terms of stomachache, or so many other ways. Symptoms could be any, but definitely if spoiled food is consumed, the effect is going to be observed. In terms of usable items like furniture, you can see in our surrounding. You must have seen algal growth over the moist surfaces, or some powder coming out, falling down from the furniture. So all these are the combined effect of the microorganisms. So this is how the microorganisms can be useful or they can be harmful. So this is just an introductory lecture, and further we are definitely going to study in the next class or the next session. Till then, go through your chapter, go study well, and thank you so much. We will meet soon again in the next session. Till then, goodbye.